The man laughed as he staggered back onto his feet, blood running down his temple and soaking into the dirt beneath him. Victory burned hot in his chest, reckless and loud. He didn't care how ugly the fight had been, or how close he'd come to collapsing. He had won. A cop! A nobody! In the grand scheme of magic and power, standing over an enemy who should have crushed him! But the moment passed. When he turned back, the fallen man lay unnaturally still. The laughter died in his throat. Concern crept in where pride had ruled moments ago. He nudged the body, calling out, asking if he could hear him. Around him, others watched with narrowed eyes, unimpressed by the theatrics. Foolish, reckless, predictable. That was the unspoken verdict. When the man finally stirred, eyes fluttering open with a twisted grin, relief didn't follow unease did. Something was wrong. Attempts to restrain him with magic failed instantly. Every spell fizzled out before it could even form. The realization struck hard. His magic was being blocked. Not drained. Not overpowered. Blocked entirely. Interrogation became impossible. Even when threats were made, when pressure mounted and desperation rose, the man remained almost amused. He spoke, not as someone cornered, but as someone watching a clock tick down. No magic would pull answers from him. No force would break his resolve. Instead, he spoke of endings, of inevitability, of a future already decided. When the ice magic formed ice barrier, the temperature dropped sharply. Frost crept along the ground, climbing over boots and stone alike. Even those accustomed to death felt something twist inside them. This wasn't justice. This was execution. Someone asked if it was really necessary. Someone else wondered how anyone could treat a human life like something disposable. No one answered. Later, the battlefield was quiet, but the weight lingered. Someone had died. And yet, laughter echoed. It sounded wrong. At first, almost of a sen. One of the younger knights snapped, unable to understand how anyone could smile after what they'd witnessed. A man had given his life. How could this be the moment for jokes? The captain shut him down immediately. Grief, he said, didn't bring the dead back. Sorrow wouldn't undo what had happened. Say he had lived laughing, loud and unapologetic. If there was any way to honor him, it wasn't through tears, it was through remembering him as he was. Reluctantly, laughter returned. Then it grew genuine, clumsy, uneven, but real. When it ended, silence followed, not heavy, but respectful. The captain addressed them properly. Then, the mission had been ugly, but it mattered. The villagers were alive because of them. Fear had been pushed back. That alone made the pain worth bearing. They had done their duty, and they deserved to be proud. Praise came rough and blunt, as always, followed by something unexpected, a lesson. 3 fingers raised. The magic knight salute. The leaves of the clover. Some had never even learned it, and they deserved to be proud. Awkward hands, crooked fingers, confused glances. Laughter returned again, softer, this time. When they returned to headquarters, the mood shifted. Reports were delivered. Investigators had scoured Saucy Village and beyond, but nothing concrete had surfaced. No hideout, no name, no trail, only fragments. A finely crafted pocket watch far too expensive for an ordinary criminal. Casual contempt toward commoners. The way the man spoke, as if the world owed him obedience. Someone of status. Possibly nobility. Possibly royalty. Anger erupted immediately. Tables cracked. Walls suffered. Apologies followed just as quickly, shouted through clenched teeth. Then the room stilled. The Wizard King had noticed them. The announcement hit like lightning. A star. Awarded directly for the Saucy Village mission. Cheers exploded before anyone fully understood what it meant. Pride swelled. Smiles stretched wide. Even disbelief turned into celebration. Only afterward did the explanation come. Stars were symbols of achievement, tokens of recognition for deeds that mattered. They weren't just decorations, They were measures. Proof of value. They were also part of a competition. Every squad chased them. Every squad was ranked by them. The Golden Dawn stood at the top. 70 stars. The Black Bulls, with this addition, stood at -30. The room went silent. Then, chaos. Shouts of disbelief. Questions hurled at the captain. Demands for explanations that made no sense. How did one even get negative stars? Apparently, by being themselves. Some saw the number as impossible. Others saw it as a challenge. One voice loudly declared that 100 stars wasn't that far if you really thought about it. No one agreed. Payday came next. Heavy bags of Yule hit the table, and suddenly the past hour didn't seem quite so grim. Eyes lit up. Numbers were counted again and again, just to be sure. Dreams followed immediately. Food, clothes, dates, gambling, donations, glory. Some planned to spend it recklessly. Others promised to save. A few swore to send it home. One night announced plans to surpass his limits romantically, whatever that meant. Letters were written that night. One in particular was filled with wild ambition, heartfelt gratitude, and a proposal that bordered on insanity. It spoke of stars earned, futures dreamed, and a vow to change the world so everyone could smile. The castle town welcomed them the next day with noise and color. Stalls packed tight with goods. Streets alive with chatter. Magic knights drew stares wherever they went. Some basked in it. Others ignored it completely. Supplies were purchased methodically: herbs, ointments, antidotes. Practical things first. Then, without warning, they turned down a narrow alley. Into shadow! Into the black market. The air felt heavier there. Magic hummed differently. Eyes watched from everywhere and nowhere. But the rewards were undeniable items, capable of suppressing magic, stabilizing power, altering fate. Hope lay hidden among junk and danger. Some were tempted. Some disappointed. Some curious. Coins changed hands quickly. Too quickly. Gambling tables swallowed fortunes whole. Promises of foresight and guaranteed wins proved hollow. Laughter turned bitter. Losses piled up. Elsewhere in the city, frustration boiled. A magic knight sat slumped, cursing his luck, his squad, his life. Reduced to errands. Used as bait. Ignored. Humiliated. Watching others succeed while he stagnated. Then he saw them. Black robes. Laughter. Confidence. And envy exploded. Memories resurfaced. Old wounds reopened. The reason his path had twisted so badly stood right there, smiling without a care in the world. Recognition struck both ways. Names were remembered, grudges reignited, and then chaos. Coins stolen. Shouts echoed through the alley. Rage spilled over. Guards moved. Fate shifted. The star they'd earned shone quietly in the background. But shadows were already moving, and this was only the beginning.